slight change in our dinner plans tonight. We were going to go to Cut Saloon. Out here, and I heard a couple of loud booms. And I think Wild Bill's over there on the other side of the street putting on a show. Just a little windy out there.
Just a lot windy. Coming into a dust storm. Ooh, this looks actually nasty.
This looks worse than when we came down.
This is worse than when we did come down like half hour, 45 minutes ago.
Change in our dinner plans tonight. We were going to go to Cut Saloon, which was recommended to us by a lady on Facebook.
Actually on the GDRV for life, Peggy Knapp Hayes.
Okay.
Her son and her nephew own this. And I believe Michael is the chef.
Okay, yeah. So we made reservations for tomorrow night, so we'll check back on you on that one. Came out here and I heard a couple of loud booms. And I think Wild Bill's over there on the other side of the street putting on a show. Explaining how things might have gone back in the day. I'll have to check that out. Okay, good morning. So yesterday we managed to go to Yellowstone, but only to the gate. And I have a shirt, which I'm going to show you later, that we had made at one of the souvenir shops. Anyways, so today, because we can't go into Yellowstone, we are going out to Bighorn Canyon. It was on one of our Wyoming to-do lists. So because we can't go to Yellowstone, we're gonna head out this way and have a look-see to see what the big deal was all about. Can't remember where I got the recommendation from, but yeah, we're gonna go check it out. Other thing we thought about doing today was going out to see the wild horses, but it's like the opposite direction of what we're doing right now, and so that would add an extra hour onto our driving today. And we have a couple housekeeping things to take care of today before we go into our next stop in Montana. So this is what's happening today, our last day in Cody, Wyoming. We are heading out this highway through a construction zone, no less, to see the canyon. Just when you think you are on top of the world, it gets a little higher, and you're even more so on top of the world. It just blows me away. I just keep climbing. It's a beautiful country, though.
Right now we're sitting about 5,500 feet elevation.
Okay. We were at a higher elevation when we went down to visit the Grand Tetons, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Grand Tetons, we hit 9,600 feet.
At one of the passes.
Yeah.
That's insanity. Take a bump. What I've noticed around these parts is it's always there's wind and then there's not, and then there's big gusts of wind where we're staying. Overnight it was blowing pretty good. We've had a lot of wind, and you found out something about that the other day, Brent. It was called a hydro something.
Oh, it was on the Weather Network. It was hydrologic event or something like that. Basically,
we're recording inside because there's been a little bit of weather around here the last
it's
couple hours.
Kind of hit and miss weather, a little bit breezy.
So we weren't able to go into Yellowstone, as you well know. It's still closed until after we leave the Cody Yellowstone type area, and so we went out to find out other things to do. So something that I had been told by probably watching one of our favorite YouTubers was the Bighorn Canyon.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
We did go see that today, and we went to Devil's Canyon Outlook.
Yeah.
I do believe it's officially called, and it was fantastic. If you get a chance, you have to see it.
I took a whole bunch of pictures. It was so windy there. It was so windy, I was getting blown over. So there was no point in doing any video. We did a little bit of video, so this is a little bit of that. There.
Just a lot windy. Finally got my hat back on.
Yeah.
I didn't want to lose it over the railing.
You would have lost it.
And just a little clarification, this is Devil Canyon Outlook.
Yeah, on the Bighorn.
Sorry, Devil Canyon Overlook. I don't want to get it wrong. It is on the west side of Devil Canyon.
Okay. Anyways, got lots of really great pictures. So this was one of our alternatives to our Yellowstone visit. So this was one of them, and we're gonna head back. We're gonna stop and grab some food out of the cooler, and we're gonna head back towards Cody.
We'll probably have lunch in Lovell
because it's looking a little nasty outside. Our sunshine's. They said there's gonna be thunder, lightning. We'll see how this trip back goes. And here's a whole bunch of pictures that I took of the canyon. Fantastic views.
Coming into a dust storm. Ooh, this looks actually nasty.
This looks worse than when we came down.
This is worse than when we did come down like half hour, 45 minutes ago. It's coming off a field over here just to our right. And from up above, there was half the field was dirt, half the field was grass, and the wind blowing across the grass made it look like it was a body of water. up into the mountains off to our left, or hills, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, we're just coming back from Devil Canyon, and I am rarely impressed by scenery. Like, it's nice to look at, but Shoshone Falls was very impressive to me. The Grand Tetons, yeah, they were impressive, but I'm from northern British Columbia, so yeah, I've seen big mountains before, even though they are impressive. But Devil Canyon, that was fantastic. If you have a chance, it's right near the Wyoming-Montana border, about an hour northeast of Cody, Wyoming, just outside the town of Lovell. If you have a chance to get there, it is a must-see. It was very windy, but I'm not sure if the a little bumpy on the road here. I'm not sure if the wind is always that way. If it isn't, that'd be a bonus. But yeah, it was a gorgeous view. It was something you have to see if you're in the area. Absolute must. Well, sunglasses are on because I don't have my other glasses handy, but this is the weather we're going through right now. Miriam just pointed out to me on the side of the road back there a little ways, there were big piles of white stuff, which actually was hail. This is in northeastern Wyoming, and it is nasty, rainy, cloudy. We're expecting thunder showers here in a little bit, and I'm not putting my head out the window because I'll lose my hat, lose my glasses, and get very wet. So it's just some oogly weather. Any thoughts on this, Miriam?
No. Very different from what we've had over the last week as far as weather goes. This is June, people.
Yeah, this is back to January. We were getting into the very warm temperatures over the last few days, back from Lander and on to Cody, where we were approaching in the 90s for Fahrenheit anyways. So, which is in the 30s, low 30s for Celsius.
And this is what the
temperature right now is reading 13 Celsius. I don't know if you can see that or not. But,
just in the last half hour, it just dropped from 20 degrees, dropped 10 degrees.
Yeah, the last 20 miles or so, it's dropped 10 degrees. So, well, if it gets any worse, we'll let you know. And if it doesn't, we'll let you know.
Other things we considered doing.
There was so much to do in Cody.
Yeah. One of them was Buffalo Bill's Center of the West.
Which it's basically a library and 5 museums in one place. And it's definitely a 2-day thing. Mm-hmm. The website says that people spend an average of 3 hours there. And if you're spending 3 hours there, you're not seeing it all, I guarantee it. Yeah. And apparently that has one of the largest firearm collections in the United States.
So if you're into that, that's a definite must-do.
Absolutely.
Other things besides that, we had looked at maybe going and seeing the wild horses out in the BLM land, out in the McLaughlin area. Is that what it was called?
McLaughlin or McCulloch? McLaughlin, I believe. It's about 20 miles east of town, and it's up into one of the valleys, and there's about a herd of 120 horses, and that's where they live.
So we had thought about doing that maybe after we went to the canyon, and the weather was just so horrible when we were on our way back from the canyon, we decided to skip it. We were hoping that we might be able to see some horses, wild horses out in the canyon area. Who knows, we might get to see them somewhere along our travels.
There's still a possibility.
Couple of days. There's also a Cody night rodeo. There's a dinner and a show, and then you can get tickets to go to dinner, show, and the rodeo.
There are 2 different companies. There's the Cody Night Rodeo, which you can get dinner and the rodeo, or right close to them, probably within a few hundred yards, maybe a quarter mile away. It is the Cody Cattle Company. They have dinner and a show. The show is country music performers. And then if you want to add a little bit more onto your ticket, you can go to the rodeo afterwards.
All right. Well, we're gonna go for dinner, and because Brent's got to get his Wyoming barbecue on.
Absolutely.
And I'm okay with not cooking dinner. And tomorrow we head to Montana. So that's all we wanted to share with you this week.
Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And ring that bell for notifications.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye for now. Is the Cody Cattle Show. Cody Cattle Market? No. We're going to have to edit this.
Okay. We'll find out the name
I will
later.
double check.
Okay.
Hang on. I've got one.
You look? Okay, it's going to drive him crazy.